Hello everyone, welcome to What If Rimuru was the 5th true dragon of the void and goes to Highschool DxD Part 1. Before we start, please go support Andrews Fernando 1 in the black for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. Prologue. My name is Rimuru Tempest, the dragon of the void and the 5th true dragon, and the oldest of my 4 siblings. I have been away from my world for quite some time, traveling across different worlds, meeting new people and allies that soon became my friends. I haven't seen my bone buddy Ain since I gave him a human body. He's probably getting himself laid right now by that Behexwell vampire and that virgin succubus. Where am I now? I am at the void, crossing both of my legs in a sitting position, wondering what world should I go next. This is what Rimuru is wearing right now. Should I go and visit Nafumi? Last I heard he and Raftalia had gotten married and they were planning on having a family of their own, which I am happy for those two. Or should I go and visit Subaru? I remember I was invited from his wedding day. He married both Amelia and Rem was the first one who got pregnant to have Subaru's child. I could visit Anos, but he's busy too raising his own family. Everyone I know had gotten married and starting a family of their own. I feel like I've been left out. Just as I've been wondering in my thoughts, I heard the voice of my partner Seal, who always been by my side from my travels. Seal. Master, I have just found a world that might catch your interest. Rimuru. Really now? Tell me about this world you just found. Seal. From the information I found from this world, there are different races living there. Devils, angels, fallen angels, dragons, yokai and so many more. There is also humans that possess something called sacred gears, weapons that were created by the god of that world, but the god of that world died a long time ago from a great war from the biblical factions. Rimuru. Interesting. I guess I can go since I'm bored. I'll check it out, seeing how the place looks. Seal. I know a place for you to visit first. Go to a place called the Familiar Forest. Rimuru. Okay, but why do you want me to go there? I asked her and she was awfully quiet from a few moments until she said this. Seal. Research. I blinked for a couple times and I just signed. It was obviously she was hiding something from me, but I didn't bother to question her and I just teleported myself out of the void and I was now in a forest Seal told me about. The place seems peaceful and the sky was red for some reason. I then see some strange creatures that seem to have noticed my presence. I wanted to say hi to them, but for some reason they had a look of terror in their eyes as they quickly ran away. I was confused. I was wondering why they were acting like that until Seal explained why. Seal. Master, you're releasing your aura and it seems the creatures around this forest are staying away from you cause they think of you as the apex predator of this forest. Rimuru. Oops, my bad, I really forgot to turn off. Just when I was about to turn off the aura I was releasing, there was a loud mighty roar that was heard from the entire forest. I look around and using magic sense finding the source of the roar as something fast was coming straight towards me. I look up, seeing what was flying high above the sky was a blue dragon, as it looked like it was staring at me directly to my eyes. Rimuru. Seal, my telling me what that dragon and what does it want with me? Seal. The dragon's name is Tiamat. She is known as the Chaos Karma Dragon and she is the only female among the 5 great dragon kings. She seems to be observing you if you are a threat to her as you are in her territory. Rimuru. Oh, I see. Well, I guess I must prove to her that I mean no harm. Tiamat slowly landed down to the ground. As she lands to the ground, our eyes met yet again, but this time up close as I stared to her eyes, which I find them rather beautiful. Tiamat. State your business of why are you in my territory? If you're trying to take this place from me, I'm gonna. Rimuru. You have beautiful eyes. Tiamat immediately stopped what she was about to say as she was caught off guard. I realize what I said as I apologized to Tiamat. Rimuru. Sorry about that, I got distracted from how beautiful your eyes are. Tiamat shook off the confusion and got her composure together. Tiamat. Just who are you exactly? I sense that you're a dragon, but your strange is terrifying to say the least, that outclass my strength. Rimuru. Right, my apologies, I forgot to turn off my aura when I got here and I really mean no harm. And from who I am the dragon of the void, Rimuru Tempest, one of the 5th and oldest true dragons. I am considered as the strongest existence in the universe and beyond from my 4 siblings. Tiamat was listening to Rimuru talking about himself and what he is, as this made Tiamat wonder how come she never heard of him before. Rimuru. Again, sorry for disturbing you, Miss Tiamat. If you want, I'll leave this place so as to not bother you. Tiamat. Wait. I look at Tiamat, seeing like she is shyly playing her fingers. Rimuru. Is she pouting or something? Tiamat. Why, you don't really have to leave, you just got here and I want to get to know you better. Rimuru. Huh. For a few moments her body was glowing as she was shrinking to size of a human. What stood in Tiamat's place was a drop-dead gorgeous blue hair beauty of a woman and I couldn't keep my eyes away to see her beauty. Rimuru mind. Rimuru. Please marry me. I cover my mouth from what I just said. Tiamat was surprised from the sudden proposal as her cheeks are bright red from the thought of marriage. I can feel seal anger raising up as I really screwed myself over. Rimuru. Oh crap, I think I might have pissed off Seal, please don't be mad at me, I really am sorry. Seal. Rimuru. Don't give me the cold shoulder, just please say something. Seal. Rimuru. Great, now she's ignoring me. I'm just going to apologize, Tiamat, then I'll leave this place. Rimuru. Listen, I am very sorry what I said, I do. Tiamat. I do. Rimuru. What? Tiamat. I will marry you. My jaw dropped that she actually accepted to marry me. Tiamat. I thought about this for a moment and I have been feeling lonely for quite some time. Things did not work out with my last mate, he left me to go fight his rival for their stupid rivalry and he even lost all my treasure, leaving me with nothing. Hearing all of this made me feel bad about Tiamat. Whoever was her last mate will be suffering something that is far worse than death, and that is me. Rimuru. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Tiamat. If I ever meet your former mate I will rip and tear him until it is done. Plus he is a fool abandoning a beautiful dragon like you just for this rivalry of his, he is such an idiot, better yet an asshole, and you deserve better than that asshole. Tiamat. This feeling. I haven't felt it for so long. Is this what I think it is? Tiamat began walking towards Rimuru as she grabbing his face, and what happened next surprised Rimuru as his lips clash with Tiamat lips that were kiss. As we separate our kiss the both of us blush and I couldn't help but enjoyed the kiss from Tiamat. Tiamat. Please take care of me and I want to bear your children and raise them with you as a loving family. Rimuru. Should I accept her? This is all very sudden. Seal. I think you should, master. Rimuru. What? But Seal. It is all right, master. I'm letting you doing this for your happiness and don't forget that I am your first wife, so even if she becomes your wife I will still be on top. I can't believe Seal is accepting this for my happiness. I look at Tiamat as I smile at her. Rimuru. Tiamat, I will love to be your mate and spending the rest of my life with you. I extended my hand for her to hold as she accepted it and I pull her close, giving her another kiss. I teleport ourselves away in the human world, created a house for us to live where we start our new life together as husband and wife. 1 year later, I am currently in my new house that I created using my ability just by imagining something and it will pop out of place. Standing next to me is my beautiful and second wife. You're welcome, Seal. Tiamat. As we were standing in the balcony, seeing the lovely view of the place of the town we live in called Kuo. Turning to see the full view of Tiamat as she was rubbing her stomach that is now large, meaning that she is now pregnant and soon she will be giving birth to our children that are going to be twins. Tiamat. I'm so happy, in a couple of weeks I'm going to be a mother and I'm glad that I have met you, Rimuru. You had no idea how much this means to me. Rimuru. And I'm glad that I met you, Tiamat. Whatever happens I will protect our family and if any devils, fallen angels or any other race dare oppose us, I will make sure not a single trace of them are left. I rubbed Tiamat's pregnant stomach and then I felt a kick as it was the way of our children saying hello, which made me smile. Rimuru. Be strong, Falfa, Shalsha, my lovely daughters. One day I will show the both of you and your mother the world where I created and meeting the rest of our family. I just hope Veldanava is doing all right, taking care of the world I created and its people. Dealing with a fallen. In the outskirts of a church, a battle was taking place and it was a battle of saving a nun named Asia, whose sacred gear is twilight healing. Right now a young man with brown hair, with 2 short locks of hair behind his head and light brown eyes. He is also wearing the Kuo Academy boys school uniform but wears a red t-shirt underneath his open dress shirt and blazer. This is Issei Haidu, the leader of the perverted trio and the current Red Dragon Emperor, currently facing off a fallen angel by the name of Rainer, who was the one responsible for Issei's death. Issei. You bitch, you're going to pay for killing Asia and taking her sacred gear. Rainer. As if a mere child like you can defeat me. With her sacred gear in my hand I'll be unstoppable and Lord Azazel will finally notice me. Issei's twice critical started to glow, then immediately change its form into the boosted gear. Breg. Explosion. Rainer. What is this? That energy is a Lee second level, no, even stronger. That sacred gear should not be that strong, it's just a twice critical. Issei. It's payback time, bitch, this is for Asia. Before Issei could do anything something came crashing down from the roof of the church. Standing between Issei and Rainer was someone wearing a blue spandex suit and holding something that looks like a flute. The unknown individual with the spandex turned to look at Rainer and spoke with a deep dominated voice. So you're the rogue fallen angel Rainer who went against Azazel's orders, ain't I right? Rainer shook off from her shock and tried to intimidate the unknown individual. Rainer. I am Rainer and yes, I did went against Azazel's orders all for the sake of him to notice me. Now would you mind telling me who in the bloody hell are you and how do you know my leader? My name is not important but you could just call me Talon. And how I know Azazel? I simply just had a call from him, wanted me cleaning up the mess you have done, killing innocent people with sacred gears and that's going to end tonight and so will you. Rainer. Like that's ever going to happen. I'll simply just kill you and Rainer didn't get to finish as Talon appeared next to her and give her axe kick from behind. Issei was just standing there looking dumbfounded in shock. Issei. Who is this guy? He moves so fast like Kiba. Rainer recover and stand up from the surprise attack and looking angry. Rainer. You bastard, you will pay for attacking me. Talon. Okay, I'll pay. Should I pay you with cash or credit, which you prefer? Do you even have insurance? Rainer's eye twitch in annoyance, she simply made a bunch of light spears at Talon. However, Talon used his flute as a sword, deflecting all the light spears that would being thrown at him. Rainer. Damn it, just die. Using her wings, Rainer moved straight towards Talon with a light spear in hand to stab him. But Talon changed his flute into a boomerang and throw it at Rainer, but it went cutting both of Rainer's wings as she started to fall, and when she was about to fall at Talon, he kicked her in the jaw and a sound of a crack was heard. The force of the kick sent Rainer crashing into a giant cross. Talon caught his weapon and changed it back into a flute, then started walking to Rainer's body. Issei. This guy is something. I don't know what to do and I feel so useless. As Talon got closer where Rainer crash landed, he tilting his head, a light spear moved past him, the one who threw it, Rainer having a look of fear in her eyes. When Talon got close to Rainer, she could have swear she saw golden bright eyes through Talon's helmet that were staring directly at her soul. Talon. I'll be taking that sacred gear you have stole from the poor nun. Steal. Rainer felt nothing happened to her, but then she saw what Talon has in his hand, she looked into her own hands, then realized she no longer has twilight healing. A look of horror was placed in Rainer's face as she no longer has the power to heal. Rainer. No, give it back, the ultimate power, it's mine, give it to me. Talon. Well, that's the thing, sweetheart, it was never yours to begin with. You stole and murdered the original owner who didn't deserve to die, and you don't even deserve to have the power. You really had disappointed Azazel, and he probably won't accept you back in the Gregory from the crimes that you have done. Rainer. Shut up, Azazel-sama loved me. Talon. No. He despises you. You're an embarrassment to him. In that moment Rainer finally snap and roar in anger with so much hatred. Rainer. Talon. Gonna cry. She lunged forward with two light spears in hand with the intent to kill, but then she stopped, she started to cough as blood coming out of her mouth and she feel pain in her chest. Talon was already in front of her having his hand through her chest as Talon glares down to the now terrified Rainer. Talon. May Azazel devour your soul. And tell him I said hi. A purple mist cover around Rainer as she feels like she's being consumed in the inside and out. She screamed for her life, but her screams started to dwindle, it's getting lower and lower until you can no longer hear her as she was completely gone, in other words she's dead. Talon. Good riddance. He turned to the shaken Issei as he just watched his ex-killer been killed on the spot. Talon did not move an inch as he was staring at boosted gear on Issei's arm, and Issei spoke up nervously. Issei. Hey guy, who exactly are you? There was no response as Talon was still staring at the gear. Issei. Hey, I'm talking to you, who are you? Still no response. Issei was getting annoyed, but Talon moved his attention to the body of Asia and began walking. Noticing where he was going, Issei stepped in front of Talon to prevent him to go even further to Asia's body. Issei. Get away, I'm not letting you getting near to Asia, also give her back her sacred. Talon disappear and reappear next to Asia. Issei turned around and rushed to attack Talon. Issei. Don't you dare lay your hands on her, you bast. Talon. Zip it, boy. In an instant Issei couldn't move, his body was frozen in place, he couldn't even speak, all he can do is watch the scene in front of him. Talon placed twilight healing on Asia's chest as it returns back to her body, then he raised his hand as Asia's body started to glow. Issei has no idea what is going on, but he is just worried about Asia. Moments pass and Asia's body stopped glowing, then Talon's suit faded and he was replaced by a person with long silver hair and deep golden eyes, and the person's appearance an otherworldly divine beauty, it can be mistaken as a woman. The person wears outfit consists of black pants and a black sleeveless long shirt, accented with white boots and white stripes respectively. The person arms have black detached long sleeves with golden ornaments at the top, as well as a golden collar piece around his neck. When Asia opened her eyes she saw the face of the person who revived her and mistaken this person as an angel. Asia. Who are you? Are you an angel sent by God? The being looking at her can only chuckle in response, which made Asia confused. The being. No, I'm not, but you can think of me as God, which I am. This made Asia's eyes widen. Asia. Why, you're God? The being. Well, yes, I am a god, but I'm not the god that you worship. Asia. Oh, if you're not the Lord I worship, who are you? The being that claims to be a god was about to say something, but then 4 teenagers with attitude arrive in the room. A handsome young man with short blonde hair with a mole underneath his left eye who is probably gay, a beautiful black hair young woman with a voluptuous figure and having a aura vibes and also having daddy issues. A white hair lowly and last a Reed who seems to be the leader of the group and she also seems like a spoiled princess. The being got up and unfroze Issei, who can finally move, and rushed to hug Asia. Issei. Asia, you're alive, I'm so glad that you're okay. Asia. I am happy to be alive to seeing you again, Issei. Rias. Issei, I'm relieved that you are right. They look at the redeemed name Rias. Issei. But you're here and Akeno senpai. Rias looks at Issei arm. Rias. The red dragon, your sacred gear, finally evolve into its true form. I'm proud of you, Issei, you're one step closer to achieving your dream. Issei smiled pervertedly, which I notice he was staring at Rias. Issei. Oh geez, thanks Rias. The being. I think my work here is done. The being was planning to leave, but that's where Rias stopped him. Rias. Hold it right there, sir or madam, I cannot allow you to leave until you. The being. You know you're really doing a terrible job looking at their territory. Rias was off guard what the being told her, which made her angry. Rias. What do you mean I'm doing a terrible job looking after my territory? Don't you even know who I am? The being. Of course I do. You're Rias Gremory, next heiress of the House of Gremory, and the little sister of the Devil King, who is also Siskin, Surzich's Lucifer. Rias was a bit offended that this person just called her brother Siskin, which is true he is. Rias. It seems that you already know, but a bit too much. The being. I know a lot of things and I have been keeping an eye on you. You knew those fallen angels were in your territory and done nothing about it, in the result of getting innocent humans killed. You're far worse than that Rainer bitch I just killed. Everything was silence, no one didn't speak, and Rias was feeling nervous that this person in front of her knows too much, and if her family found out she hasn't been properly taking care of her territory, she will be in a lot of trouble. She's even surprised on the fact that this person killed Rainer and thought her pawn Issei kill her, and speaking of Issei. Issei. Hey asshole, don't talk bad to Butchu. The being just look at him with an unpleasant look as Issei flinch when looking at the being's cold yellow eyes that shows no care of emotions. The being. Listen boy, take my advice, stop thinking with your hick and think with your brain. The Gremory may have saved you when you were in the verge of death thanks to Rainer, but have you ever think about how she knew the right place and the right time you were in the need of help? She may have knew the fallen were after you because you have a powerful sacred gear and she just let them kill you so she can revive you to her peerage and for you to forever served her as her servant, but that's just my theory. Issei was speechless, he didn't want to believe Rias let Rainer kill him just to get his sacred gear. Rias didn't want this to continue on. Rias. Enough, I am not letting you speaking lies to my pawn. You are in Gremory territory and I cannot let an unknown individual like you causing problems in my territory. The being. I missed the part where that's my problem. The being. I really don't have time for this. I'm gonna be late for dinner if I keep wasting time with these devils. The being turned away from the devils and getting ready to leave till Asia spoke out. Asia. Wait, you didn't answer my question, who are you? The being slowly turned his head to look at Asia and giving her a generous smile. The being. The name's Rimuru. Rimuru Tempest, pleasure meeting you Asia Argento, and I hope you have a lovely day of being alive again. Farewell. Rias. Stop, I'm not letting you leaving. Rimuru. See you chump. In a flash he vanished without a trace. Hiba. He got away without using a teleportation circle. Akeno. Ah, I wanted to punish him for being disrespectful of you. Rias. Kaneko, did you sense anything from that person? Turned to the now named white-hair loli, Kaneko, who spoke with a monotone tone. Kaneko. Nothing, I didn't sense anything. He doesn't have a scent. It's like he doesn't even exist. Surprised by Kaneko answer, Rias was thinking to herself. Rias. Whoever you are, you may be the key to help me out of my engagement from that bastard of a phoenix. I'll take whatever matters in my hands to make you join my peerage. Who are you, Rimuru Tempest? With Rimuru, I appeared in front of the house that I have spent 8 years with Tiamat, and I am happy to be back from the chores that pervert crow Azazel wanted my help. Rimuru. Ah, it's good to be home. I open the door of my house and enter inside. Rimuru. Honey, I'm home. Tiamat came out from the kitchen, wearing an apron as she was preparing today's dinner. Tiamat. Welcome home darling, how was the mission Azazel request for you? Rimuru. It went pretty well. I got rid of the fallen angel that went rogue, and then I had an encounter with Lucifer's little sister and her peerage. Hearing this, Tiamat groaned in annoyance of the mention of Surzich's sister. Tiamat. So you met that Gremory brat, huh? Rimuru. Unfortunately yes, and I really want nothing to do with her. Tiamat. Honestly, she's nothing more than a spoiled child who never trains herself, and it will be her downfall if she doesn't work her ass off. Rimuru. Forget about Gremory, let's focusing on something else. Where's my hello kiss? Tiamat giggled from the straight-up response as she moves closer to me. We did begin to kiss, even have a bit of tongue-on-tongue action, as we enjoyed this every moment. When we broke off the kiss, Tiamat was catching up her breath as her cheeks were red and she wants to continue but more intimacy. Appa. I was immediately tackle on the ground, looking at the two culprits. I smile wide as it's my two precious daughters who are my pride and joy, Falfa and Shalsha. It always brings me a smile seeing them coming running at me with open arms. Rimuru. How are you my daughters, have you both been doing good at school? Alpha. School was great, we had a lot of fun and learned some stuff. Shalsha. We aced our math and reading and we're in the top of our class. Rimuru. Oh, that's great to hear you too. Alpha. Papa, there's something we want to tell you and Mama. Rimuru. Oh, what is it you want to tell me and your mother? Tiamat. Yes, what is it that you want to tell us, sweetheart? Alpha. A ugly overweight man approached us and wanted us to come with him. This brought me and Tiamat attention as this made us extremely worried. Tiamat. Are you both okay? He didn't did anything to the both of you. If he did, I'll kill that man. Shalsha. Don't worry Mama, we're fine. Alpha. We did something to him to make him not bothering us again. Rimuru. Like what? Shalsha. We killed him, ripping every part of his body apart and feed them to the sharks. Rimuru. Tiamat. Alpha. Just kidding, we kick him in the knees and punch him in the face so hard that we broke his nose, then we spoke to a near police lady and explained to her what happened and they arrested the man, so he's forever now in prison. We both hug our daughters happy nothing terrible happened to them and luckily Tiamat and I trained them in case they were in danger. Without my family noticing I snapped my fingers and spoke to Seal. Rimuru. Seal. Seal. Yes master. Rimuru. How many fat bastards exist in this world? Seal. Negative. They all have been eradicated. Rimuru. Good. I would not let something like this happen again to my daughters and anyone else's children. Tiamat. Oh Falfa and Shalsha, we're glad you both are safe my sweet precious treasures. Rimuru. You two did the right thing not to talk to strangers, but what is the important thing we taught you both? Alpha. Perverse gonna die. Rimuru. No, the other thing. Shalsha. Keep a low profile from the devils. Rimuru. That's right, Shalsha, always make sure not to get the attention of the devils. Tiamat. Since all that was settled, let's get ready for dinner. I made you both your favorite hamburger steak. Alpha. Shalsha. Yay, we love hamburger steak. I'm Skip, brought to you by. After dinner Falfa, Shalsha went to bed and I was laying down in my large queen-size bed, thinking the events that happened today. I remember something important and I went to speak with Seal. Rimuru. Seal, have you finally completed the analyzation from the boosted gear? Seal. Answer. It is finally done. After fully analyzing the boosted gear, I was able to making your very own balance breaker armor that is far different than Red Dragon Emperor armor. No one won't stand a chance against you when you're wearing this armor and it is my greatest masterpiece if I do say so myself. She seems very proud to herself, which I find it cute. There's no one as better as her. Rimuru. You seem very proud of yourself, ain't y'all? Seal. Seal. I'm truly am. I made this armor as a special gift for you my master and my husband. She said that with a slight blush and I could have swore I heard her giggle. Rimuru. Did I just heard you giggle? Seal. It was just your imagination. Right, whatever you say, always saying it's just your imagination, that's literally her catchphrase. Looks like I got myself a new armor, which means I no longer have to wear that blue spandex from the Super Sentai series I have been watching over the years. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The door of the bedroom opened, revealing to Tiamat wearing a nightgown as she shut and locked the door. She got on the bed and began crawling on 4 legs, moved closer and closer till she was already in front of me. She pushed me down the bed as she was now on top of me and licked my face with her tongue, which made me blush as she noticed this. Tiamat. Shall we continue where we left off? Rimuru. Oh yes please. Seal. You're not doing this without me, aren't you master? Seal came out of my body and to my surprise she was now sitting on top of my face. Both Seal and Tiamat had a stare down as the air around them tense. Seal. Hello again Bubzilla, been a while since we last seen each other. Tiamat gained a tick mark for the name calling she was given. Tiamat. And hello to you as well, you flat-chested bitch. I was hoping for you to not interrupt my fun. Seal. And I came at the perfect time to ruin it for you. I'm not letting you having all the fun with my master and lover. Tiamat. Sigh, I really don't want to share with you, but it seems like I don't have a choice, don't I? Seal. That's right. Let's see which of the two of us can last longer with our husband. They both look at me as they both grinned and I was feeling a bit afraid. This is gonna be a long night for me, not getting any rest. Rimuru. I'm in danger. Discussions and surprise guests. A week has passed and I try to avoid catching the attention of the devils. During the past week something has been by my mind and I wanted to discuss with Tiamat about returning back home and seeing my siblings again. The thought of seeing my siblings make me smile and hope they are alright since I have been gone for so long. My 2 little sisters Velzard and Velgrind will be very ecstatic once they meet my daughters. I can really picture it now from how they will react. I was at a bar just to meet up with someone and I found the person I was looking for. He is a tall man appearing to be in his 20s with an average build, black hair, golden bangs and black goatee. The man's attire wore a V-neck maroon long coat with a wide open high collar that opens up at the hem. The long coat also featured 2 black belts around the waist and 4 black bands on each arm, 2 of the bands at the wrist and the other 2 near the elbow. The man I was looking at is the leader of the fallen angels, Azazel, who likes researching on sacred gear, and he's also a pervert. He noticed I was here as he waved at me to get my attention. Azazel. Yo Rimuru, glad you made it here. Take a seat and have a drink with me. I walk up to him and I took my seat, then I turned to look at him, not giving him a caring look. Rimuru. Look Azazel, I won't be here for long, I have to pick up my kids from school, so let's just make this quick and I'll be off. Azazel's smile flattened in understanding. The guy just wanted a nice chat, but I really don't have time for that. Azazel. Alright fine, I understand, let's cut to the chit-chat. So has Rainer been taken care of? Rimuru. Yes, I got rid of her before she can do more harm on others. Azazel. Right, what about the other fallen angels that side with her? Rimuru. They all have been taken care of, but not by me, but by Gremory. Azazel. Rias Gremory, the crimson-haired ruined princess, she really has those large wonderful breasts of hers. No idea what have they been feeding her to have those massive melons of hers. Rimuru. You're such a pervert as always. Azazel. Hey now, I ain't a pervert, I just like to admire a woman's breast. Rimuru. Still you're a pervert, I gotta get something straight with you, keep those fallen angel of yours under control. You're a leader for crying out loud, and as a leader you should keep your people in check and not letting something like this happen again. Azazel. Sigh, it's not that easy than you think. I can't control my people always whenever they cause problems to other factions. Rimuru. Well, you need to take your job seriously. Well, I'll be taking my leave now. Just remember what I said. I got out from my seat, making my way out the door, and not before I gave a final glance on Azazel. Rimuru. By the way, does that adopted son of yours knows what happened to him? Azazel had a serious look, understanding who am I referring to. Azazel. No, he doesn't. I haven't told him yet and I still can't believe that you actually killed that bastard. Rimuru. Well, it wasn't that hard killing him. He simply didn't react on time when I appeared in front of him and slice his head off. And they say he was a powerful, dangerous and feared individual, but to me, he was nothing but a joke, such a mama's boy he was. Catch you later, Azazel. But that said and done, Rimuru left the bar while Azazel was sitting there, drinking a glass of whiskey as he sighed. Azazel. That guy is such a mystery. Just what kind of person did Tiamat hook up with? I was even surprised that she started a new relationship, but I always wonder what was so special about him. All I can say is that Rimuru is truly a monster that I really don't want to piss off. With Rias, it has been a week since the incident at the church. Rias offer Asia to join her peerage, which she reluctantly accept since she has nowhere else to go and now lives at Issei's place, and Issei's parents were okay for her stay. Rias was delighted to have her in the peerage, a healer with twilight healing, it's great to her advantage. Then came getting a familiar for Issei and Asia after competing with her childhood friend Sona Citri with peerage of who will go to the familiar forest by playing a game of dodgeball, which Rias peerage win, and they went to the familiar force. Arriving there, they met the familiar masters Atauji, who looks awfully similar to another monster tamer master who always have a little yellow rat on his shoulder and always wanted to be the very best like no one ever was. During the searching for a familiar, they stumble across a slime that can melt females' clothing, but that was taken care of. There was also the little sprite dragon that became Asia's familiar, and for Issei, he did not get a familiar. Just as everyone were about to leave, something crossed on Ria's mind as she spoke with the familiar master. Rias. Familiar masters Atauji, do you mind if I ask you a question? Atauji. Sure, what is it do you want to ask of me? Rias. You see, there's been a rumor I had heard about the Chaos Karma Dragon Tiamat is no longer in the familiar forest, and I'm curious if you know of her disappearance. Atauji rubbed his chin with a thought look on his face. As it seemed like a light bulb appeared from his head, he remembers. Atauji. Oh yes, I remember the day she disappeared, I remember that day like it was yesterday. Issei whispered to Kiba. Issei. Hey, who's Tiamat? Kaneko. She's a dragon, you dumbass. Issei turned to Kaneko, who heard him whisper thanks to her having excellent hearsight. Kiba had a nervous chuckle and started explaining what he knows. Kiba. Like Kaneko said, Tiamat is a dragon that is part of the 5 great dragon kings and the strongest female dragon amongst them. She resigned in the familiar forest that was until 8 years ago she disappeared and no one knows where he is right now. The Keno cut in on the conversation. The Keno. Also Issei, this might come as a surprise, there is also stories of her killing previous Red Dragon Emperors from history. The current Red Dragon Emperor Issei pale from what he just heard. Issei. Why, you're joking, right? You're joking with me, right, Akeno? Atauji. No. She's got a point. Issei. No one asked you, Ash. Akeno. No one knows of why she kills them, but all we know is that the Welsh dragon Drake that lives in your boosted gear stole something from her and she hated him from what he took from her ever since. Atauji. Alright, now it's back to me. I will now begin the story about what happened 8 years ago. Everyone turned to Zatoji as he began telling his tale. Zatoji. There I was, back to back with Jesus' Bible in my right hand, machine gun on the left, ready to bless these unholy thoughts with our divine sauce. I was down to my last clip when I yelled at Jesus from across the orphanage. I said, Jesus, I need a melee weapon. Never have I seen a Mexican throw a sandal so bucking fast in my life. But I killed 657 prostitutes that day. Yes sir, it went down in history as the Coochie Wars. Everyone. What the buck? Take 2. Zatoji. There I was, taking notes of every familiar I come across. Studying their every move, how they behave, observing how other familiars interact with one another in their natural habitat till suddenly there was this terrifying aura that it scared the familiars I was researching. I had no idea what creature or familiar was releasing that aura, but it was something that surpasses a high class, ultimate class, Satan class or something much worse. Everybody listening and we're wondering what kind of creature was releasing the terrifying aura, and it could be a dangerous threat that it can surpass ultimate class devil or even beyond that. Zatoji. This alerted Tiamat as she flew to where the source of the aura was coming from. I followed through. I ran as fast from where she was going, but I was getting tired and wasn't fast enough. She was flying so fast I couldn't keep up with her speed. I say. Why couldn't you just use your wings to follow her faster? Zatoji. No interruption, so where was I? Oh yes, after catching my breath I went straight where Tiamat headed, and when I got there was a sight I could not believe my eyes. What I saw was something I was not expecting. Tiamat was in her human form, and she was kissing someone. That brought a look of surprise to everyone, and Zatoji continues on. Zatoji. And this someone was releasing the same aura that was terrifying the familiars. Whoever this person is, has really brought the attention of the strongest female dragon king, that she even submit herself to this unknown being of unknown origin. This got Rias really curious of who was able to tame the strongest among the 5 great dragon kings, and what was their motive of showing up and taking Tiamat. So many questions flew in Rias' mind as she wants to know more answers. Rias. Do you remember the details of what this person? Zatoji think hard to remember. After a few seconds of bumping his head he remembered a few details. Zatoji. Yes I did. I remember the person was wearing a black leather outfit, had long blue hair, and I took a short glance of the person's golden eyes that felt like it was staring directly at my soul. But the thing that stands out is the beauty face that could be mistaken the person as some sort of goddess. And that's all I could remember. At everyone's minds the details they were informed about made them think of one specific individual. Time skip brought to you by customer. I would like to buy your hamburger. Waiter. Sir, I think what you need to say is I would like to buy a hamburger. Customer. That's what I said. I would like to buy your hamburger. Waiter. No sir, it's I would like to buy a hamburger. Customer. I would like to buy your hamburger. Waiter. No, let's break it down. I. Customer. Waiter. I. Customer. Ah. Waiter. Would. Customer. Would. Waiter. Would. Customer. Would. Waiter. Would. Customer. Weird. Waiter. Would. Customer. Would. Waiter. Like. Customer. Lake. Waiter. Like. Customer. Like. Waiter. 2. Customer. Toy. Waiter. 2. Customer. Toy. Waiter. 2. Customer. Toy. Waiter. Buy. Customer. Bay. Waiter. Buy. Customer. B. Waiter. Buy. Customer. Buy. Waiter. A. Customer. A. Waiter. Hamburger. Customer. Hamburger. Waiter. No, that's not right, it's hamburger. Customer. A hamburger. Waiter. Hamburger. Customer. Hamburger. Waiter. Ham. Customer. M. Waiter. Burr. Customer. Burr. Waiter. Jur. Customer. Gar. Waiter. I would like to buy a hamburger. Customer. I would like to buy a damburger. Waiter. Jesus Christ, this guy is really getting on my nerves and he's holding up the line. I don't get enough pay for this. Author. You guys get the reference. If not, this will give you a better hint. Everyone besides Rias, Akeno and Kaneko left home while the 3 were going shopping, still remembering the helpful tip they got from the familiar master about the person that show up out of nowhere 8 years ago, highly suspect to be Rimuru, the same person they met a week ago. While they were shopping, Kaneko spotted someone familiar as she alerted Rias and Akeno. Kaneko. Guys, look, it's him. The 2 look where Kaneko was pointing at and there they saw Rimuru, but he wasn't alone with him, we're his 2 daughters that were happily walking with him. The 3 all had a look of curiosity about who they are twins and what are they special to Rimuru. Akeno. Could it be possible that those girls are his daughters? Kaneko. It seems like it. They do look alike just by their looks. Seeing the little family having a good time, a slight smile was shown on Kaneko's face. The thought of family makes her think about the only family member she has left, even if she doesn't want to think about her, but deep down a part of her still miss her sister. Akeno was smiling, not her usual ara smile, but a genuine warm smile, as this reminds her she spent time with her parents. She still hate her father for abandoning her and her mother, but hope Rimuru is not a type of person to abandon his family. Meanwhile, Rias was plotting something, as this could be an advantage to get Rimuru in her peerage by kidnapping his children. Kaneko. Rias. Rias snapped back from reality and looked at her rook Kaneko. Rias. I'm fine, Kaneko. I just thought of an idea what we're going to do tomorrow. Kaneko was wondering what she was thinking as she sees Rias smiling at her. Kaneko. Something's telling me is to not trust that smile of hers. I'm skipped to you, bye. We made it back home, but during the walk back home I did sense the presence of the bitch, and I'm pretty sure I erased her soul from existence a long time ago. Seal explained. Rias and two members of her Kaneko and Akeno saw me walking with my daughters, and Rias was thinking of kidnapping Falfa and Shalsha just to get me in her peerage. I literally hold back my anger just to not letting my daughter see me get mad. Once Tiamat hears about this news, she will probably go on a rampage. Going out there, Rias and Surziches won't be able to save his sister from the wrath of a mother dragon. Entering in the house, I sensed familiar presence inside, and I smile knowing who they are. Arriving in the living room, Tiamat was sitting on a chair and two women were on the table with her. One is a tall, fair-skinned and hourglass woman with enormously large breasts, has long, wavy blonde hair and wearing pink cap. And there was another woman that looks like Tiamat, but older and much mature. Luko or Quetzalcoatl. Namu. Lukoa. My Namu, look who finally arrived. Your son-in-law and your granddaughters are finally here. Namu got up from her chair and turned to look at us, have a grin smile on her face. Namu. Hello you three, Grandma is back. Visitors. The twins were excited. Their grandmother Namu, the mother of Tiamat, is here, along with her friend Quetzalcoatl, her she referred as Lukoa, are here for a visit. Falfa and Shalsha ran to give their grandmother a hug as Namu opened her arms, allowing her granddaughters giving her a hugging embrace. Namu. Oh, it is good to see you again, my adorable granddaughters. Grandma really miss you both. Falfa. We miss you too, Grandma. Shalsha. We miss you very much, Grandma. Lukoa. Hey, now don't let your great godmother hanging. I want a hug as well. Lukoa began walking towards them, while the same time her large breasts bounce from every step she takes, as she was now hugging the twins, while Namu was still hugging them. Shalsha. Ugh, Granny. Lukoa, you're suffocating us with your massive breast, as is getting harder for us to breathe. Falfa. We can't breathe, we need air. Hearing this, Lukoa immediately let go of them as she apologized to the twins. Namu also released them from the hug, then she turned her attention to me. Rimuru. Namu and Lukoa, it's great to see the both of you again. I was immediately grabbed by Namu, who pulled my head on her chest and waving back and forth excitedly. Namu. Oh, I am so happy to see you, my son-in-law, it feels like I have not seen you forever. Rimuru. I'm happy to see you too, Namu, but you should probably let me go now. Namu. Nonsense, I want to keep holding you in my arms and never letting you go. Rimuru. More like keeping me in your breast and suffocate me. Tiamat. Mother. A malicious aura was filled from Tiamat as she glares to her mother. Tiamat. I appreciate if you stop clinging on Rimuru right now. Otherwise I have to take him out from your hands. Namu. Oh, relax dear, I'm not trying to take him away from you, I'm just showing him my affection, that's all. Tiamat. Well, you had your fun, so stop smothering him with your breast, that's my job, not yours. Namu. Sigh, fine, you could have at least just say please. I was finally released from Namu's grasp and I straightened myself up. Rimuru. Like I said before, it's great to see the both of you again, but I do know that you two are not the only ones here. I did sense a third presence here, so would you kindly come out? Turning to look at the person who showed up from hiding. The person who revealed themselves is a young girl with white lavender hair and ponytails and blue eyes. The child's attire consists of a white capelet with a fur collar, a pink blouse, a white frilly skirt, and pink doll shoes, and her hair ties into a pigtails, each adorned with 3 dark blue beads. The young girl walks up to me, then she was staring directly at my eyes as I stare at her back. There was an awkward silence, and we both did not say a single word. The young girl broke the awkward silence as she politely greeted me. Young girl. Hello Mr. Rimuru, it's nice to see you again. Rimuru. Hello, you as well, Kana. Alpha Shalsha. Kana. Both of my daughters ran to hug the young girl, Kana, who is a dragon. She's one of Lukoa's friends who sometimes visit here to hanging out with my daughters as they are friends. Rimuru. So Kana, did you ask your mom to come and visit us? I teased as she looks at me while still being hugged by Falfa and Shalsha. Hana. Yes, I asked Miss Kobayashi's permission to go with Lukoa so I can see my friends, Falfa and Shalsha. I smile of hearing her words as I pat her head, which made her delight. Rimuru. You're a great kid, Kana. You're always welcome to visit us anytime. Hana. Thank you Mr. Rimuru. Rimuru. Falfa, Shalsha, go take Kana to your rooms and play. I'm gonna be talking with your mother about some things. Alpha Shalsha. Okay papa. The two grab and took her upstairs to their room, now leaving me with Tiamat, Namu and Luko alone. Tiamat. So there's something you want to discuss with me about darling. Rimuru. Yes there is and it's quite important subject for you to be informed about. Lukoa raise her hand. Lukoa. Is it okay for us to stay and listening in on your conversation? Namu. I would also want to know if it is okay for us to get involved with your discussion with my daughter. I think for a moment and I think it was okay for them to know what I wanted to discuss with Tiamat. Rimuru. Well since I consider you two as family I'll allow you both to listening what I'm about to tell you when me and the kids walking back home. So I explained to the three of them when I was walking with Falfa, Shalsha I sensed we were being watched by Rias Gremory and two members of her peerage, and by reading the mind of Gremory, discovering she was plotting on kidnapping Falfa, Shalsha to try make me join her peerage. Hearing this Tiamat, Namu and Lukoa were shock and anger from Ria's schemes that this could cause her death if she is foolish enough to do something like this. Tiamat. How dare she I'm not letting her lay a finger to my daughters, I'll kill her, and I don't care if that will cause a war between the devils and dragons, I'll burn every single devil on sight to ashes. Namu. The nerve of that Gremory brat, thinking she can kidnap my granddaughters, she probably have a death wish coming to her. Lukoa. This is very unacceptable. Someone should teach the heiress of the Gremory some common sense that there are those that are stronger than her, that she should not mess with especially those that are parents. Lukoa opened her eyes revealing her heterochromia eyes. Her left eye is navy blue on the outside and yellow on the inside, with a green slit pupil. As for her right eye is green on the outside with designs and black on the inside, with a yellow slit pupil. Lukoa. I'll say we should deal with the matter of hands as quickly as possible by getting rid of the body. Tiamat. Agree. Namu. I as well. All three of them had a sinister grin, thinking of coming up with a plan of getting rid of Rias. I cough getting the three attention. Rimuru. Now hold on ladies there's no need for you three to plot a evil scheme on Gremory. I just have a better solution how to deal with her just to teach her a lesson. This brought an interest to the three of them. Tiamat Namu Lukoa. We're listening. Time skip brought to you by the sound of the school bell ring as the both twin sisters Falfa and Shalsha left their school on their own while they are being watched by Rias along with her peerage. The others don't seem agree with Ria's plan, kidnapping the twins, but they don't have a choice cause she is their master and they must follow her orders. Tiba was the first to walk up to them as they noticed him approaching them and he tried to make a friendly greeting. Tiba. Hello young ladies would you kindly come with me, just for a talk. Shalsha. We don't talk to people like you, pervert. Falfa. Yeah be gone from our sight you creep. Tiba was taking it back from this, but he persistently tries again. Tiba. I assure you both that I mean no harm if you could just come with me. He was about to lay his hands on them, but then they shouted for everyone to hear. Falfa Shalsha. Stranger danger, this pervert was trying to molest us. The crowd of people were all looking at Kiba as they were giving him a dirty look which he was feeling nervous from all the stares. Kiba. This isn't what it looks like. He tried using his usually Prince Charming smile to calm the crowd down, but that just had the opposite effect. Random Citizen 1. So, you like molesting little girls do ya? Well we'll show you pretty boy. Random Citizen 2. Let's get him. Random Citizen 3. Yeah. Alpha, Shalsha both sneak away leaving Kiba getting his ass beaten from the angry mob. Rias and the others were worried for Kiba while Lisei was laughing hard of seeing Kiba getting his ass kicked, but he stopped laughing when he got hit on the head by Kaneko, giving him a stern look to behave. Asia. Oh dear poor Kiba. God bless his soul for forgiveness. She immediately got a headache when she was praying for God. Kaneko. So what should we do now Rias? Rias rubbed her temples and spoke to her. Rias. Akeno, Asia and we will go help Kiba out, you and Issei go follow those two and don't lose sight of them. Kaneko just only nodded and drags Issei to begin searching for the twins. They have been searching around but there were no sign of them. Kaneko had tried tracking their scent but for some reason she couldn't pinpoint their scent anywhere. Just when they were about to give up Issei spotted two kids that have the same hair color as the twins thinking to himself that must be them. Issei. Hey Kaneko I think I found them. I'll sneakily grab them from behind and bring them to Butchu. Hopefully she can reward me by showing me her boobs if I do this task of hers. He had a little daydream of Rias showing her assets to him as a reward. He snaps out of his thoughts and went towards getting the twins. When Kaneko looked closely to the kids Issei piercings to be them the twins she realizes Issei has made a mistake. Kaneko. No wait don't. Wait was too late the moment he grabbed one of the moment he was about to grab one of the kids, his hand was grabbed a strong grip by someone. When he looked at the person who grabbed him he could have swear he saw death was staring at him from the man in black with those cold eyes of his. The man. Young man, what do you think you were doing, trying to lay a hand to my daughter and niece? Are you asking for death? If so then I'll make sure no one finds your body. Issei was feeling afraid at the man in front of him, but he looked at the two kids one with blonde hair and the other with silver hair. Issei. Wait a minute, I could have swore they didn't have those hair colors, was I just hallucinating? The tall scary looking man was still holding Issei, tightening the grip of Issei's arm which it was hurting him. The man. You better not do this again, otherwise I have to break your arm and make you feel a lot of pain, but since I'm a nice person, I'll let you go and forget this ever happened. Issei. Really? Oh thank you. See. The man wasn't finished. The man. But if I ever see you again I'm going to ruin your life, as I have connections with a lot of people that they will make your life a living hell if you dare cross paths with me and the Nakiri family. Do I make myself clear? Issei rapidly shook his head and the man let go of him as Issei quickly dashed out of here from sight. The man. Come along now Arena, Alice, we're leaving. Arena, Alice. Yes, father, uncle. Issei ran back to Kaneko and see Rias, Akeno and Asia with Kiba having multiple bruises and having a black eye. Rias. So have you two found them yet? Kaneko. Sorry Butchu, but we couldn't find them. Rias was very agitated at this rate and time was running out for her. Just when they was about to give up, Kaneko spotted Falfa and Shalsha were walking out of a candy store holding a bag of sweets. Kaneko. Found them. They just happened to have left in my favorite candy store. The others noticed them, which made Rias having an amusing smile. Rias. Good work Kaneko. Kiba, I want you to go get them and make sure you do not fail a second time. Kiba. Butchu, are you sure? What if they tried that same stunt again? Rias. I'm sure it's not going to happen again, just hurry up and go. Kiba was unsure of this, but he complied with his master's order and went straight towards the twins. Kaneko. I bet $100 he's gonna get his ass beaten again. Issei. You're on. Kiba kept walking as he was getting closer to the twins. The twins turned to see Kiba was getting close to them, as this made the both of them grin, which alerted Kiba when noticing the grins from the twins were showing. He suddenly trips into something making him fall, but to Kiba horror his pants falls out from him on their own. Alpha Shalsha. Ahhhh, this pervert is still trying to molest us. The crowd of people, the same ones they beat up Kiba, were looking at him with anger and disgust all over their face. Random Citizen 1. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, pretty boy? Kiba. Wait, there's been a misunderstanding, I wasn't trying to. He suddenly got punched in the face as the crowd of people were dogpiling him. One of them got on top of him and kept sending punches after punches to his pretty handsome face. Seeing Kiba getting beaten again, Issei gave Kaneko $100. As for Rias, she facepalmed herself in disappointment to her night. That was Falfa and Shalsha cue to leave and head to the woods. Rias ordered her peerage except for Issei to try help Kiba, while she and Issei went to the woods to pursue the twins. When Rias and Issei went there, they did not notice a barrier was put in place and they found the twins who were standing still their spot. Rias. We finally found you two. Now enough fun and games, you two are coming with us. Said Rias in authority tone, expecting the twins to follow her demand, but they did not move, talkbackers showing their faces. Issei. Hey, are you two even listening? Butchu gave you an order. Alpha Shalsha. They just stand there not saying a single word, which Rias find this a bit suspicious. This then turned into shock when the twins turn around. They both stick their tongue out at the two devils and in a matter of seconds their bodies started to fade away in front of the two devils. Processing this, Rias realized those wasn't the real twins but illusions, meaning she's been fooled. Rias. We've been tricked. Issei, I need you to stay on guard, I'll contact the others. Issei. Right Butchu. Boosted gear. He summoned the boosted gear and ready to defend his king, all for the sake of protecting boobs, his Butchu. Rias try contacting the rest of her peerage members, but something seems to block her for not contacting anyone. A laugh was heard, echoing around the woods as Rias and Issei were at full alert. Rias. Whoever is there, I demand for you to show yourself, as this is Gremory territory. I'm Rias Gremory, heiress of the House of Gremory, and whoever you are, revealed yourself this instant. I don't take orders from you, Gremory. A powerful and booming voice shook Rias and Issei's spines, even the dragon inside the boosted gear, Drago's this voice of power made him feel inferior to his. Issei. See, come out, coward, you don't scare us. I'm the next generation Red Dragon Emperor and I could kick your A. He was cut off with something thrown in his face and he looks down what it was. Issei. Is that a dog biscuit? Who the hell throw a dog biscuit at me? It was I, Dio. Issei. Wait, what's that? A. Rias. Issei. She turned to glare with anger at the person who punched her pawn, only to shelter in fear by the stare from Rimuru, who is giving her a cold look while releasing his aura, making himself looking intimidating. Rias. This aura I'm feeling is much more terrifying than my brother's own, and even if he's here, I don't think he will stand a chance against this monster in front of me. Rimuru. Know your place, fool. Releasing an aura of murderous intent, Rias was forced to kneel down. Issei got up and noticed Rias on kneel down, then noticed Rimuru and was going to help her, but he will stop by Drag words. Drag. Partner, stop, don't go near that person, he's dangerous. Issei. But I must save Butchu, otherwise he'll kill her if I don't do something. Drag. Listen partner, I can sense this person is a dragon, a powerful one that you won't stand a chance against in your current state, you'll be dead if you challenge and fight against him. Say. Damn it, what am I supposed to do? Greg. I may have a solution but is very risky. Say. Whatever it is, I'll take it to save. Greg. You must sacrifice one of your body parts, replacing it with a dragon part that would result for you to get stronger, and I will allow you to have temporary access of using balance breaker for only 10 seconds. Are you willing to give me up one of your limbs? Say hi do. Say. Yes, I accept. I'll sacrifice my left arm so I can save Butchu from this guy. Give me power Drake, give it to me now. He rise up his left arm in the air and boosted gear begins to glow. Noticing this, Rimuru watches a bright green light flash goes off from boosted gear. Rimuru. Is this what I think this is? Is he actually going to his balance breaker? Seal. Not exactly. He is actually using scale mail. It's an imperfect version of the balance breaker that's less powerful and he can only last that form for 10 seconds. Rimuru. So he's only gonna use a weak version of his balance breaker to challenge me. Does he take me as a joke? I'll may as well to teach that boy lesson. Say. Overboost. Greg. Welsh dragon. Overbooster. Say. Balance breaker, boosted gear scale mail. Seeing this scene made Rias having a look of shock and awe of seeing Issei using the forbidden move, while Rimuru had his arms across and looking unfazed by this. Issei. You're in for it now bastard, this is the power of the Red Dragon Emperor, and I will use this power to achieve my dream of becoming a harem king. Prepare to get your ass kicked by the future harem king you trap. He rushed himself forward, boosted his strength 10 times, and intended to deliver a fist to Rimuru's face. Rimuru was just standing there and raised his hand then said this. Rimuru. Cancellation. Without warning, Issei immediately lost his armor, then received a drop kick from Rimuru, sending him rolling to the ground and crashing into a tree. Issei coughed of blood as he was shocked from what just happened. Even Rias and Dreg. Issei. What the hell just happened Dreg? You said I only have 10 seconds using scale mail, what happened to that? Dreg. This cannot be possible, that was Sacred Gear Canceller. Issei. Sacred Gear Canceller? What the hell is that? Dreg. It's a unique ability that allows the user to negate the traits and abilities of all sacred gears, in addition to the longinus. But there's only one person who has that ability and that's Rimuru. Rizavam Live and Lucifer. There was a brief of silence from a few moments till Dreg spoke to Rimuru. Dreg. How do you have Sacred Gear Canceller as its unique power that Rizavam Live and Lucifer was born with? Rimuru. Well, that is because I took that from him after I kill him, and that loyal servant of his, that I don't even remember his name, which I don't even care, as they were a bunch of parasites that needed to be exterminated before they can cause problems in the future. This news was unbelievable, shocking to hear, that the son of the original Lucifer was killed by this being of unknown origin, even took Sacred Gear Canceller from him that he was genetically born with, and this being, Rimuru, has this power that now belongs to him. Rimuru. You know, I'm quite disappointed to this current Red Dragon Emperor of this generation, who is nothing more than a pervert. I was expecting of seeing you using the true Red Dragon Emperor balance breaker, not this cheap knockoff you call scale mail, that's just a weak version of the balance breaker. You really are the lowest of the low of all Red Dragon Emperor that came before you. Maybe I should get rid of you just like I did to Rizavam, and there won't be another Red Dragon Emperor to ever exist. Hearing this, Rias was fearing for Issei's life as she got up from her feet and begged for forgiveness. Rias. Please wait, don't I beg of you to not kill Issei. She falls to her knees and tears for falling out of her. Rias. I'm sorry, I really am sorry what I was doing of trying to kidnapping your children. I wasn't thinking straight as I have this situation of mine and I want to apologize and I will never do study like this ever again. Rimuru just look at Rias, not even caring for the slightest of seeing her crying. Rimuru. You know, it isn't just me you should be apologizing, you should also be apologizing to my wife as well. But the snap of his fingers, a woman appeared next to him, and it was Tiamat, who watched everything while being invisible. She looked at Rias with a sharp cold look as Rias realized who she is, especially Drake, who was shocked and terrified of seeing her here. Tiamat. Hello, Rias Gremory, little sister of Surzich's Lucifer. I believe you already know who I am. Rias. Why, you're the Chaos Karma Dragon. Tiamat, please forgive me, I'm sorry for not knowing those girls were your daughters. Tiamat. HMPH, I am still pissed at what you were trying to do, but I would not tell your brother about this, only if you do not tell anyone what you just witnessed today. But if you do tell anyone about Rimuru or about my family, you're gonna be regretting big time. Do I make myself clear? Rias. Yes, I swear I won't be telling anyone about this, and make sure my peerage keep quiet about this information. Tiamat huffed to herself, then she turned to boosted gear on Issei's arm and speaking to Dreg. Tiamat. Long time, hasn't it, Dreg? No words came out from boosted gear, meeting Dreg was ignoring her, or he was just being a hussy not speaking to her. Tiamat. Oi, don't you bucking ignored me, you damn coward. I know you can hear me in that boosted gear, so you better speak up or else I'll be bringing my mother here so she can. Breg finally spoke from the boosted gear. Breg. No, please don't bring your mother here. The last time I saw her she killed one of my hosts in the worst possible death, and I don't want to experience something like that ever again. Tiamat. Good, you finally talk, you good for nothing former dragon emperor. Breg. Please just don't kill my host, he has nothing to do from what I did all those years ago. Tiamat. Oh, don't worry, I'm not here to kill your new host, I'm just here saying hello to you, that's all. Breg. Really? Tiamat. Yes. I already move on from my past aggression towards you, and I already have found happiness meeting my new mate. She held Rimuru's hand, while blushing being on his side, and also getting a kiss on the cheek by him, which made her blush even more, much to Rimuru's amusing as he finds Tiamat cute whenever she's like this. Much to Drake's shock of knowing Tiamat has a new mate and seeing her blush, as the only time he's ever seen her blush like this is when they first met, but that was it. Rimuru. Well, with that, we're done here. I really don't want to deal with you bunch of meddling kids ever again. I turned, narrowing my eyes upon Issei, who flinched, staring at my gaze. Rimuru. And your dog too. Issei. Dog? Where? They both left in a flash, and Rimuru got rid of the barrier he placed. Both Tiamat and Rimuru teleported in front of the door of their house. Rimuru. Finally, that's been taken care of. Now we should be thinking about moving away from here, as you remember what I told you last night. Tiamat nods. Tiamat. Yes, I remember. So that would mean Falfa and Shalsha are soon gonna be meeting their aunts and uncles, which I am excited to finally meeting the rest of your family. Rimuru had a warm smile. Rimuru. Yeah, my siblings are you in for a surprise, especially my sisters, once they'll meet their nieces. Just hope my little brother Valdora isn't causing any problems while I have been gone, and hopefully he has matured a bit. And I hope my other brother Veldanava is doing alright. Unbeknownst to Rimuru that he doesn't know what has happened to his brother Veldanava, and he will soon find out the shocking news. The return of the Void Dragon at the Tempest residence. My family and I have been packing our things, preparing of returning back to the central world that I created and having a reunion of seeing my siblings. At the time we were done packing and I put all our belongings to the imaginary space, we said our goodbyes to Namu, Lukoa, Kana. Both of my daughters, and hug each other and say their goodbyes. Shalsha. We hope we'll see each other again someday, Kana. Alpha. Yeah, we're gonna be missing you. Hannah. I'm gonna be missing you both as well. Lukoa. Aw, I'm also gonna be missing you too as well, now give me some hugs. The three of them were being hugged by Lukoa, too soft large breast. She immediately let them go, allowing them catching their breath by being smothered by her breasts. Tiamat and I were being hugged by Namu, as she was really gonna be missing us. Namu. I wish the best of luck on your travels, and I hope you can call me to visit from the other world. Rimuru. Will do. Oh, I have something that will allow you to communicate with us while we're in the other world. She lets go of us and I open a little portal from my imaginary space, pulling out a crystal ball, then handed it to Namu. Rimuru. With this crystal ball you can contact us anytime you like. Also, if any sort of event happens to the faction you can fill us in. Namu. Understood, I'll keep this safe and use it to communicate with you later. Now Rimuru, I leave my daughter to you in good hands and always treat her with loving care, with the exception of mating with her to your heart's content. This made Tiamat turn all red from her mother's words. Tiamat. Mother, don't just say something like that, and besides that's something very personal to me and Rimuru. Namu. Oh come now Tia, you don't have to be embarrassed, as this is something normal for mothers teasing their children in front of their lovers. You're quite easy to tease whatever mentioning about Rimuru. Tiamat was visibly embarrassed and growls at her mother, who had an amused smile on her face. I simply sweat drop by this and smile a little. Rimuru. You can rest assured Tiamat will be in good hands, as her maid is my duty to protect my dragon queen that I love and cherish so much. The words that came from Rimuru's mouth made Tiamat cover her bright red face, and she did love being called Dragon Queen, as it's more suited for her than Dragon King. Namu wanted to make her daughter feel more embarrassed, turns her attention to Rimuru. Namu. Fufufu, so when will I be expecting another grandchild along the way? Not only this made Tiamat blush, but also Rimuru, who tried not to show it, but Namu caught a glimpse of his blush. Rimuru. We haven't decided of having another child, but time will tell. But anyways, we should get going and leave. Namu. Ah yes, you're right. You should probably leave soon and not waste your time teasing the both of you. Not before saying my goodbyes to my adorable granddaughters. She ran up to hug Falfa and Shalsha and kissed their foreheads. Namu. Aw, Grandma is gonna be missing you both so much, hope we can see each other again. Falfa. We're gonna be missing you too, Grandma. Shalsha. We just wish you can come along with us. Namu. Now, as much that I love too, but I do have responsibilities back on the dragon territory. So if I ever get the chance having a day off from my daily duty, I will gladly come to visit. She gave them a final hug and kissing their cheeks a couple times, which there were laugh and giggles from the twin sisters. She released them both from her arms, and they went to my and Tiamat's side. Then we wave our goodbyes as it was time for us to leave. Rimuru. Alright Seal, time to take us to the central world. It's been so long and I'm ready to return back home and seeing my siblings. Seal. Hi, I will get us there in no time, master, but after we returned, there are things that you need to prepare yourself mentally as a lot has changed since you have been gone. Rimuru. How so though? Did something happen during my absence? Seal. Is best for you to find out once you notice it for yourself. Her tone of speech was emotionless, but there was a hint of sadness, means she was probably hiding something for me to not give worry, as she knows how I would react if something precious to me was hurt. I would lose my shit together and kill anything. If that's the case, then I need to prepare myself of whatever awaits me from my return. Tiamat and I held our daughter's hands and in a matter of seconds we were all teleported to the void itself, where it is like my second home, but it's also the place where I was born from. Tiamat. Rimuru, where are we? It is so dark in here. Rimuru. Where we are right now, we are in the void, and I'm gonna be looking for a destination where we will be. Out from my hand a map appears that happens to be the world map of the central world that Seal prepare for me to look at. Rimuru. Let's see, where will be a place for us to stay? Do you have any suggestions, Seal? Seal. Hi, I suggest you go to the great forest of Jura where your brother Valdora resides. Rimuru. Wait, what's Valdora doing there? Seal. He is currently imprisoned in a cave during the last 300 years when he face off a mysterious hero who use infinity prison on him to stop his rampage, or in other words his tantrum. Rimuru. Seriously? That damn brother of mine hasn't changed a bit. I probably need to check on him later, seeing how he's doing. He may be troublesome at times, but he's my brother. Take us to some secluded part of the Jura forest where there's no monsters around to bother us. Seal. Understood, I already found a perfect place and I have prepared a cabin for your family to stay. A portal suddenly opened in front of us where it will take us to the central world as I signal my family to step in the portal. As we went through, the portal closes and we now see that we are in a forest and I can sense the flow of magicules around that I have not sensed from a very long time. We turn to see that there is a seal prepare for us to stay in. We went inside and I brought out our belongings from my imaginary space and begin moving our stuff around the place. As we were finished moving and my daughters walk up to me and questioning me cutely. Alpha. Papa, when are we going to be seeing our aunts and uncles? I really want to meet them so badly. Shosha. Yes, like big sister said. I also want to meet them as well. I simply smile warmly at them. Rimuru. The two of you will meet them very soon. Just wait for a bit till I'm contacting them to let them know I'm here. I'll be heading out and stay with your mother until I come back, okay? Alpha Shosha. Okay. They both gave me a hug and ran to their new rooms. As I was ready to leave, Tiamat grabbed my arm and pushing her lips against mine. Tiamat. Be back soon, darling. I will prepare dinner to impress your siblings that I am an amazing wife to you. I smile at her while Seal was feeling very jealous, so I kissed Tiamat back and I left walking to the forest. After a few minutes I stopped walking and closed my eyes and began searching my siblings by sensing their dragon core to find their location. My sister Velzard seems to be at the far north of the frozen continent. My other sister Velgrind is at a place called the Easter Empire, and I already know where Valdora is at, so I'll be visiting him later on, but when I try searching for my brother Veldanava location, I open my eyes and widen in horror. Rimuru. I sense Veldanava. Why can't I sense his dragon core? Seal, why can't I sense my brother? What has happened to him? Seal. Master, this was something I was afraid to tell you, but the individual Veldanava sadly passed away. At that moment of hearing those words I clutched my fist and my aura was leaking out from my body while my face was calm. Seal managed to put a barrier around me to make sure no one senses by aura, and after a few moments I calm myself down and I suppress my aura. Rimuru. When did this happen to him and how long did you knew about this? Seal. It happened around the time you had your final battle with Anos Voldigid and I was worried how would you react to your brother's death. I am deeply sorry for not telling you about this for so long. I am such a horrible partner from keeping this secret as I was only doing this for your own good. I feel Seal's sadness from not telling me about this and I can understand she was doing this for my sake. Rimuru. You're not a horrible partner, Seal, you're amazing partner and I will not trade you to anyone else as you are my first wife that I love who's been with me for the very beginning in my life. Seal was blushing and also happy from hearing those words from her master. Rimuru. Still, I am a bit mad, and if you had told me about this sooner, I wouldn't hesitate to eradicate all of humanity from the death of my brother, but that's something the old me would do, and I have changed during my travels of crossing different worlds and meeting Tiamat. So has anything else happened while I was gone? Seal. Yes, and this will be a surprise as Veldanava had a child named Milamnava. I immediately went wide-eyed. What Seal just said. Rimuru. Wait, child. My brother had a child. And I'm an uncle now. Seal. Apparently yes. When Milam was born, Veldanava gave his powers to her, resulting of him getting weakened and die by the hands of humans, along with his wife Lucia. This made Milam went in a fit of rage, as she killed the humans that were responsible to her parents' death. Rimuru. Well, at least my brother got the justice he deserves. By the way, how old is Milam? Seal. She's over 20,000 years old. Rimuru. 20,000 years old. But wait, that would mean that my little brother Veldanava actually got himself laid before me. He may have not surpassed my strength, but he did surpass me to be the first one of our family who lost his virginity, and I'm very proud of him. At the moment I got back on focusing what I was here for. Rimuru. Alright, time to let my sisters know that I'm back. At the ice continent, deep inside at the Palace of White Ice, there is a beautiful woman that has fair skin, deep blue eyes, and long, glossy pearl white hair tied into twin tails reaching her waist. Her attire consists of a strapless dress predominantly blue in color, with the top portion of the bodice surrounding her chest being white. She wears detached white sleeves and knee-high blue boots. The accessories she carries on her person are a blue star-shaped pendant and a gold headband. This beautiful ice queen of a woman is the white ice dragon Velzard, who is also the little sister of Rimuru, as she was very close with her older brother, and after he left on his long travels, she was upset he left and felt lonely. Currently she was walking around the Palace of White Ice out of boredom as she has nothing better to do. She suddenly stopped when she sensed an familiar aura that she has not sensed for so long, and she knew who this aura belongs to. You. Velzard. This aura, it's big brother Rimuru, there's no doubt this is his. He's finally returned. She can sense the location where her brother is at and plans to head there right away. Velzard. I should tell Guy I'll be heading out for a bit. Velgrin must have also sensed Big Brother's aura as well, so I better go before she gets ahead of me. Seen Big Brother. At the Eastern Empire, at a large castle there stood a woman with azure blue hair kept in twin buns with black ribbons and deep gold eyes. Her attire consists of a dark-colored china dress with a golden dragon pattern, as well as white long gloves and white thigh-length boots, both adorned with gold ornaments. The woman is the scorched dragon Velgrind, as she was minding her own business until she sensed an aura that only true dragon can sense, and it was her older brother. Velgrind. Big brother Rimuru has finally returned. I can't help but want to see him at once. Is there something a matter, Velgrind? She looked at a man with blonde hair next to her who is sitting on a throne. Velgrind. It's nothing, Rudra, there's just something I need to investigate, and if it is alright if you can allow me to leave so I can clear my suspicious of something. He was very skeptical at the first, but he allowed me to go. Rudra. Very well, I will allow it. Just return back from your investigation and tell me what you find once you return. Some part at the Great Jura Forest. Velzard was the first one who arrived at the forest, at the same time Velgrind also arrived. Both sisters Ice and Scorch look at one another as they have not seen each other from a long time, but now they are face to face after some long. Velgrind. So you also have sensed it as well, sister? Velzard. Indeed I have, my dear little sister. How could I not forget Big Brother's aura, as I am happy he's back, yet I am worried about something. Velgrind. And what's that? Velzard. How would he react once he finds out Veldanava is dead? There was a moment of silence between the two as the loss of Veldanava took a toll on them, especially the youngest of the true dragon Veldora. You two do not have to worry about that. The two immediately turned of the owner of the voice as the two felt happiness when they finally saw their older brother face for so very long. Rimuru. Because I already know. Velzard. Velgrind. Big brother. They both rushed straight towards me for a hug, and I missed the feeling of being hugged by my sisters, and it did tear me up for a bit. Rimuru. Velzard. Velgrind, I miss you both so much. I'm sorry I've been away so long. Velzard. It's okay, big brother, we're just happy that you're finally here. Velgrind. We really miss you so much, a lot of things have changed since you're gone. Rimuru. Yeah, the only thing that has changed that I see in front of me is you both have grown so much, becoming into fine beautiful women. Both of my sisters madly blush from my compliment of how beautiful they have become. I let go of them from the hug, which to their dismay, as they both pouted, which I find that adorable. Rimuru. Now don't give me that look, you two, even if you both are acting adorable right now, I don't want to get late to dinner. Both of my sisters seemed confused and I continue saying. Rimuru. I want you both to come with me where I'm currently staying right now as my special guest, and there is some special people that I want the both of you to meet. So would you both accept this invitation to your big brother? They both look at each other and nod, then they turned back at me and gave me their answer. Velzard. Velgrind. Yes. I warmly smile and I signaled them to follow me. While on the walk, Velzard and Velgrind notice a ring on my finger as they both have a look of surprise, and one thing has crossed to their mind. Velzard. Velgrind. Is Big Brother married to someone? Rimuru. Is there something wrong, you two? They shook their heads and tried to act calm and pretending like they didn't see anything. Velzard. Nothing is wrong big brother, we're fine. Vel grinned. Yes, what Velzard said, we're fine. We're just enjoying having a lovely walk with you. Rimuru. Oh, I see. So it isn't anything else besides that? Velzard Vel grinned. No, not all. I chuckled at them of speaking in unison as I know they were looking at my wedding ring, which made them suspect that I'm married, which I am. Vel grinned. Brother, have you noticed that Veldanava is? Rimuru. No longer with us. We stay silent and didn't say a word but just kept walking. Rimuru. I know he's gone. What I try searching for his dragon core and I was upset of knowing he is dead. And I can guess humans were responsible to his death all because of their greed, but at least karma got to them when Veldanava's daughter, Milam, killed all those bastards responsible from my brother's death. My sisters look surprised that I know of Milam's existence. Velzard. How did you know about Milam? We never mentioned telling you about her. I just smile and shrugged my shoulders. Rimuru. I have my ways. And I'm happy to know that I have a niece. Anyways, we're here. We have finally arrived at the cabin. I open the door and kindly let my sisters in first. When they enter inside they smell something good was cooking and it was the smell of food that were being prepared. Vel grinned. What is this amazing aroma, it smells so good. Velzard. I had to agree, it does make me feel kinda hungry. Tiamat. Oh darling, you're back, I just prepared dinner and I have made extras for your guest. Then they both look at Tiamat who just came out from the kitchen now face to face of seeing Velzard and Velgrind for the very first time. Velzard and Velgrind were curious of seeing Tiamat as they both can tell she was hiding her strength, but they can easily see past that and they seem impressed how strong she is, but they can tell from her aura that she is a dragon. Surprise of seeing a fellow dragon of theirs, but they remember that she called their brother darling, that made them wonder what kind of relationship does she have with their older brother. Velzard. Brother, mind telling us who is this woman and also why did she call you darling? Said Velzard with a cold chilling smile. Rimuru. Well, I'm glad you ask, this woman right here is Tiamat. She is a dragon that I met from another world and also she is my wife. Needless to say my sisters were utterly shocked as they put the two and two together with the ring and Tiamat calling me darling, but the shock did not end there. Alpha. Papa, you're back, and are they our Aunt Velzard and Aunt Velgrind? Velzard Velgrind. Papa. My sisters look at their nieces as they see my daughters do have a resemblance of me. Velgrind. Be brother are they? Rimuru. Yes they are. They're my daughters and they are your nieces as well. Alpha and Shalsha walk up to their two aunts at introducing themselves. Alpha. Hi Aunt Velzard and Aunt Velgrind, my name is Falfa Tempest, it's nice to finally meet you both. Shalsha. Salutations, I am the younger sister Shalsha Tempest and is lovely meeting you Aunt Velzard and Aunt Velgrind. Velzard and Velgrind just look at them as they both had the same thought. Velzard Velgrind. These two are adorable and polite, if only Milam was like them. Tiamat. Well, since you both are here, would you like to have dinner with us? They both thought of the food they smelled earlier and they gladly accepted. Velzard Velgrind. That will be lovely. We all went to the dinner table and sat on our chairs. Tiamat brought in our plate of food and my sisters had their mouth watering once they saw the food in front of them. We grab our utensils and dig in. Once Velzard and Velgrind took their first bite of the food they couldn't help but felt amazed by the taste of the food. Velzard. This is so good, Misery and Rain's cooking doesn't taste better than this. Velgrind. This food is spicy and delicious, the taste of the food is similar than the chefs of the Eastern Empire's cooking. Looking at my sister's expression I can tell they're enjoying the food. Tiamat had question of why my other two siblings are not here with us and I explained to her the situation about them. She can understand about Veldora, but she felt sorry when she heard about what happened to Veldanava. We all talk for a bit and I told my sisters that I'll be freeing Veldora from his seal as he suffer enough for his punishment, spending in that cave for 300 years in boredom, so he will be in my care for now on. When dinner was done it was time for my sisters to leave back to their own territories. Alpha. Are you two going to be leaving right now? Shalsha. We really wanted to spend time with you both, aunties. Can you two at least stay for a bit? Velzard. I'm sorry you two, but we have to go back to our territories or else everyone would notice we've been gone so long. Velgrind. As much that I want to spend time with my cute nieces, but we had to go back and my partner is expecting me to return back to the Empire. And I also need to keep this from Rudra to assure Big Brother's secret is kept hidden. You both do not have to worry, we'll come back and visit to spend time with you both. Alpha. Is that a promise? Velgrind. Is a promise, right sister? Velzard. Yes, it is a promise. They hug their nieces in a loving way, then they turn to Tiamat. Velzard. It was lovely of meeting you, Tiamat. Thank you for looking at their big brother and blessing us having two adorable nieces. Velgrind. We also like to thank you for the food, it was great and we officially recognize you as our sister-in-law. It is lovely having another sister in the family and hope we will get along. Tiamat. Thank you and I am honored to be sister-in-laws with the both of you. Now my sisters turn to me as they jump into my arms and hugging me tightly. Velzard. It was lovely seeing you again big brother and we're happy to have new additions in the family. Velgrind. We love you big brother and tell that troublemaker little brother of ours Baldor we said hi. Rimuru. Haha I will but knowing him he will pale when I mention the both of you. I'll give my regards. I had patting both of my little sisters which they were off guard by this, but either way they seemed to enjoy it. But that they went back to their territories and it was great seeing them again. Now I'm gonna be paying a visit to my little brother and Seal did mention after I free Veldora she wants me to start building a nation for some reason. I don't know where she got that idea from, but building a nation doesn't seem that bad, so that will be my new goal of building a nation of monsters. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.